Shout out to Ash and Lewis for sending me this story. Now, there's a reason why I'm using this particular image to go with the story, because it actually fits the narrative. And I'm almost certain that the person in the story that I'm talking about is probably still smiling after what just recently happened with him. But this individual's name is Owen Labrie, and he is 23 years old, and he was accused of he was convicted of sexually assaulting someone at a prep school that he, I guess, once attended. Now you'll see why he's smiling, because he got released early from prison for the convictional assault. The only thing that surprises me about this whole thing is the fact that he actually had jail time. That's the only thing that surprises me, because I would swear up and down that if this was presented to me, that I would assume that he either got one or two things: probation or no charges at all, meaning no jail time, no probation, not having to register as a sex offender, none of that. Now, this guy actually, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and read the article, because this story actually seems very new to me. I don't remember talking about this. A former New Hampshire prep student convicted for sexually assaulting a 15-year-old classmate was released early from prison on Monday for good behavior. Yet Bill Cosby is in jail on hearsay. Owen Labrie, aged 23, was accused of sexually assaulting his peer at St. Paul's School in 2014 when he was 18. While he was acquitted of felony rape, he was found guilty of luring a minor and endangering a child's welfare. Now look at that. He was acquitted of the felony rape, which apparently was the bigger charge. That right there shocks me that he actually still got jail time, because he was acquitted of that. Not the fact that he was acquitted of the actual crime, but the fact that he still got jail time regardless. Owen is happy to be home with his family. He will be settling in and working on rebuilding his life. That right there basically says to me, they want to secure his future. They want to make sure that nothing else happens to him, and, make a good pathway or a gateway to whatever he wants to do and anything that his heart desires. They better watch him, because he might strike again. He'd like to thank the friends and family that have stood by him and supported him all these years. All these years, I hardly call 5 years a lot. You have black men in jail right now who are just merely accused of rape. You have that black man out in, was it Kansas, who kissed that white girl, who's going to jail for 12 years for a kiss. Yet this guy got out for good behavior and actually sexually assaulted someone. And then got acquitted of the felony rape charge. You have people like Brock Turner, who only spent 3 months in jail. And his dad, I will always bring this up every time I mention Brock Turner. His dad said out of his mouth that my son should not be punished for 20 minutes of pleasure. I don't know any woman that says rape is considered pleasurable. From what I've heard, it's quite painful, both physically and mentally. But let me continue. Labrie was released from Merrimack County's jail with 10 months left of his sentence, with the AP reported. His release comes more than 2 weeks after the state Supreme Court rejected his request for a new trial. When the assault occurred, Labrie and his classmates took part in a school tradition called Senior Salute, an activity that's meant for graduating students to get to know other peers before going to college, but where seniors instead allegedly target younger students sexually. Labrie, who was months away from attending Harvard University, described the game to friends as an 8-week exercise in debauchery, a probing exploration of the innermost meanings of the word sleazebag. They actually made a game surrounding that, and they got mad at black folks for that damn knockout game. And it's amazing that they love to throw that knockout game on the black people so much. But I bet you they won't hype this up. This one actually talks about sexually harming people, and they turned it into a game. But it doesn't surprise me. Look through their history and you will see that most of the things that they decided or what they saw as a game usually involved the harming of other people, especially in sexual nature. Many people like this actually take rape as a joke. That's probably why many of them get away with it. And many of them become judges, and then they help the others like them get off. Labrie was sentenced to 12 months in prison in October 2015 and was required to register as a sex offender, according to the outlet. He was free on bail while his case was appealed. He reported to the prison after Christmas and after a judge refused to shorten his sentence. Well, you know what? I usually don't give the judges credit, but I got to give the judge credit on this one. He at least he or she or they tried to keep this guy in prison. But I don't know, somewhere something must have happened and they were able to let him go, and they said on good behavior. Yet you have all these slore bags accuse Bill Cosby of sexual assault and rape, and one of them looked like goddamn Carrot Top. All hearsay, no DNA, and he's in jail for 10 years. When he's in his 80s, damn near in his 90s. He's going to be damn near 100 by the time he gets out. If he, well, you know what, I'm not going to finish that statement because I want to think positive. Hopefully there can be an appeal and he can get out early. But from what I heard, he's not really in like Gen Pop or anything like that. He's in one of those nice cushy prisons. So he's pretty much being taken care of because of his status. But still, at the same time, he shouldn't be there, period. But they actually know that this guy did it, and they let him go because of good behavior. And again, I say there are so many black men who are in jail right now because of some trumped up charges of them being accused of raping someone. We just got through watching When They See Us about I can say now, formerly Central Park 5, we're going to call them the Exonerated 5. That's their new title. Well deserved. They lost their childhood. All 5 of those guys lost their childhood behind a lie. Well, not the lie that the woman got raped, but behind the lies of those prosecutors and everyone else who was involved with pretty much botching that case on purpose, just because they had a hard on to throw some innocent black bodies in jail. But people like this are usually given the doubt. That's why I said that the only thing that surprises me about this whole thing is the fact that he actually did get jail time. Not enough, in my opinion. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.